Right, so for intermediate algebra concepts, Unit 1, Notes 4, this is called finding slope. So, slope tells you how steep a linear function is, and here is the big idea, okay? y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. So what you're looking at is your change in y over your change in x. And the big idea is this rise over run concept that you hear all the time. Well, think about this. Which one goes up and down, y or x? Well, y does. Which one goes left and right? Well, x does. So that's why they call it rise over run, because what you're literally doing is taking the y's and subtracting them and taking the x's and subtracting them. So, a couple things that can happen. One of four things are going to happen when you do this. Number one is you're going to have a positive slope. That is by far the easiest one. It goes up and to the right, and that's fine, okay? It's positive, it goes up and to the right. If it's negative, you do y minus y over x minus x, and you get something like negative 3 over 2. Well, something like that indicates that it is going to slope down. Negative 3 over 2 indicates that you're going to go down 3 units and over 2 units, and it's going to go down. That's going to be what negative slope indicates. A slope of 0. So you take y minus y over x minus x, and you figure out you get 0 in the top and you get, I don't know, just 3 in the bottom. A slope of 0 says that it is a horizontal line. Okay, so think about what this indicates. This means that there is no rise at all. You're never rising, but you're just going to run 3 over and over and over again. So that is kind of where the horizontal line aspect, because there is no rise, you only go horizontal. So for undefined, this is what happens when you get some number in the top and 0 in the denominator. Now, mathematically, you cannot divide by 0. That's why this is called undefined. But if you look at this number, if you look at this, you see what happens, okay? There is no run. The run is 0, so there is no run. All you do is rise over and over and over again. So that's where this comes from. So if you take it 2 points, let's figure out the slope. So you're going, this is x1, this is y1, this is x2, this is y2. So you want to take 16 minus 8 over 9 minus 2. All right, y minus y over x minus x. So when I do that, the top is 8, the bottom is 7. There's my slope. Now, I can flip this around as long as I'm consistent. I can do y1 minus y2, x1 minus x2. I can do 8 minus 16, but I've also got to do 2 minus 7. All right? Each point has got to be above each other. Okay, y has to be on top, x has to be on bottom. So when I do this, I get negative 8 over negative 7, which cancels out, so I'm left with 8 over 7. Likewise, here for number 2, if I take negative 16 minus negative 15, careful with that, 19 minus negative 7, that's fine. Okay, I can say, you know what, this is x2, y2, this is going to be x1, y1. That's fine, but remember, 19 and 16 are the same point, 15 and 7 are in the same coordinate, the same point. So negative 16 minus negative 15 is negative 1. 19 minus a negative 7 is going to be 26. So there's my slope. So check out these two. Negative 19, 1 negative 19, negative 2 negative 19. So negative 19 minus negative 19 and then negative 2 minus 1. Well, if you do it correctly, this top should be 0, the bottom should be negative 3. That is a slope of 0. All right, that means that there is no rise, all run. So it is a straight horizontal line. Here, don't get caught up with this. A lot of kids will see negative 4 here, negative 4 here, and think that they automatically get to do that. But look, this is an x, y, x, y. So I got to go 7 minus negative 4 and negative 4 minus negative 6. All right, so, or I can flip it around. That works too. So you get 11 over 2, so that's going to be my slope. And only in slope are you allowed to leave it like that. So let's take a look here. Number 5. So let's do negative 15 minus 0, 3 minus 3. Top, you get negative 15. Bottom, you get 0. So now, what do we know this as? We know this as all rise, no run. It's not going to run ever. So we call that undefined. That is your vertical line. So final one, just kind of put these pieces together. 10 minus negative 2. Negative 11 minus 9. Let's clean that up. So this is going to be 12 over negative 20. But please simplify it. You can divide both of those by 2. Actually, you can divide both of them by 4, which is even better. There is your simplified slope. So now, how do you figure it out when you are looking at a graph? Well, you find 2 points. How many points? How many do you have to go up or down? How many do you have to go right? That is your numerator. That is your denominator. Remember, if it goes down, it is negative. So this first one, I want to pick this point, and I want to pick this point. Why? Because they are going through the corners of my boxes. Okay, I don't want to pick like this point and this point because they're not going through corners. So here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 over 1, 2, 3. That is a slope of a positive 5/3. This one, I'm going through here. That's up 1 over 4. So that is a slope of a positive 1/4. Here, number 9. This one's going down. This one's going down. So I'm going to take this point for sure. And I think I'm going to take this point down here because that's the next one that goes through the corner of a box. So I'm going to go down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 over 1. So that's going to be negative 6 over 1, or just a slope of negative 6. Likewise for number 10, I'm going here and here, go down 1 over 3. So that's going to be negative 1/3. That's all I got. This is kind of a short one. So study it, look it over, make sure you know what you're doing with slope because it plays a big part in what we're going to next.